Hey fellow contractors, in this video we'll be talking about how to find an accountant. The reason you want to find an accountant is because there's a lot less of a chance that you'll get audited. They'll save you a ton of money in taxes, and they'll save you a ton of time by not having to file your own taxes at the end of the year. To find an accountant, the best method I've found is to ask friends, family, or other contractors that are in the same type of fields. Typically they're the ones who deal with the type of accountant that you'll want. If that doesn't work for you, also you just go to Google and type in CPA or Certified Public Accountant. You want a Certified Public Accountant because they went through all the testing and it's very rigorous, kind of like a lawyer goes through, and they're held to very high standards. But try to find one within an hour from where you live. Typically you don't have to visit them much throughout the year, maybe once or twice to drop off documents or to pay them a visit, but just try to find one local, and like I said, the best way is to ask your friends, family, and other contractors. You'll want to interview your accountant via on the phone or in person. If you've been in business a little bit, you maybe want to do this in person to get a good feel to them. Your first appointment should be free. If they are charging you for the first visit, it's kind of like them doing an estimate, but a lot of times you're going to them. That's kind of a red flag in my book. You want to make sure that they'd be good to work with, that they just have a good appeal. It's just kind of like you're interviewing this person because you are hiring this person to represent you. Because if this person messes up, you might be in trouble with the IRS and with the federal government, and you don't want to do that. So just make sure that ask any questions, tell them all about your business, what you're doing, what you're trying to go for, and then ask them more towards the end what they charge to file your taxes. If you're a sole proprietor, it usually doesn't cost but a couple $100s to do this, especially if it's just very simple expenses and revenues. If you're incorporated with a partner, it will cost a little bit more, but I find it's well worth it, and accounts can save you so much money and time. It's just worth it, and it's worth it to find someone really good. After you've hired an accountant, the best thing to do is set up a meeting with them. In this meeting, you'll want to discuss what are the best methods and practices to go about your business, what's the best way to pay yourself, what's the best way to expense things, and just kind of crossing your T's and dotting your I's, so to speak. And a lot of times this will save you a lot of money in the long run and be a good foundation to set up your business, and it's just a nice meeting to have so you guys are both on the same page. I found when working with an accountant that you don't want to ask them every single question you might have, because you'll start being a nuisance, especially if they're only going to make a couple $100s or $1,000 off you for the whole entire year. If it's a major tax question, definitely let them know, but make it very easy for them. A lot of times I'll get a document from a local, state, or federal government, and I don't know what to do with it, so I'll photocopy it or scan it and email it to them, say, hey, what do I do with this? That's my best method to ask for their assistance. And sometimes they'll charge for this and sometimes they won't. If they have to file something for you, they will charge. Their hourly rates are decently high, but a lot of times it's just so much easier to pay them $60 to do something, or $100 to do something that would take you 4 or 5 hours to figure out, and trying to find it out in Google. All right, guys, now you know how to find an accountant and find a good one. Let's move on to the next video.